Became the 18th head coach in program history on March 20th, 2017, after leading Oklahoma State to the NCAA tournament last season. The Illini welcome back 7 letter winners and 2 starters from last year's squad. Coach, welcome to the Big Ten. Start with an opening statement, and then open up for questions.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in New York City. I'm very excited about this opportunity. Being here in Madison Square Garden, I think, is very, very special. I think it's every coach's and every player's dream to get the opportunity to perform here. Equally, I'm just as excited to be a part of the Big Ten. I think it's a league filled with tremendous passion and fan bases. As the 41 years of consecutive attendance records show, great coaches, along with tremendous student athletes. I think it's something I'm very, very excited about. I've been very, very excited at Illinois to this point in terms of our fans and our passion, and getting to fill the State Farm Center is something that I'm excited about. I'm excited about this group. We return a nucleus of guys who have some minutes. We're fairly inexperienced. I think it's one of the challenges we have with this team is to everybody's going to be in somewhat of a new role. Malcolm Hill led this team last year, and yet we have 2 guys here today that I think are ready to take on that role, and Michael Finke and Ron Black. Both those young men got valuable experience. Michael was hurt at the end of the year. He's now healthy. And then I'm excited about a young guy that started the last 15 games last year, Tijon Lucas. Kind of my type of point guard. He's a pit bull. He can really guard. A guy that is developing into leadership. He's been slowed a little bit. He's coming off a concussion in practice, and we just had him yesterday for the first full day back. But I'm excited. We added a 5th-year transfer, Mark Allstork from Wright State. Mark was a very, very big scorer there. I think he gives us a punch. And then we've got a very youthful exuberance about us with our group of freshmen, a group that I'm very high on. I think they're very talented. They're all a little bit different, and they're led by Mark Smith, a young man who's Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois, that has a very gifted body and physique. He can play multiple positions. He'll play a lot of point for us as well. So I'm excited about this group. I think they've committed to both feet in and working hard and changing a culture, and I'm excited that we get better every single day.
Thank you, Coach. I'll open it up for questions. Let's go front, all the way on the right at the round table.
Hey, Brett. Teddy Greenstein from the Chicago Tribune. Is Mark Smith different from most freshmen? Does he already have some leadership qualities and all that type?
Teddy, Mark's very special. You're talking about a young man that's physically looks the part of a 21, 22-year-old guy, a guy who's been in the program. He's 6'4", he's 220. It's unfair for me to compare him, but I do compare him a little bit to Jason Kidd back in the day. He's got that type of athleticism. More importantly, his natural instincts are to lead. And I think once the game slows down for him and he understands exactly what we're trying to do, he's going to be a guy that's a fantastic leader. And he's a guy, I think, Teddy, you'll see us play all over the court. He'll play a variety of positions for us as we pretty much play positionless. But he's a tough matchup because of that body.
Back left corner of the room.
Chuck Gasaway, ESPN. Brad, on a 10-point scale, just for the sake of discussion, where last year's Oklahoma State offense is a 10, what's your goal for this year's Illinois offense?
9+. I think that's to be determined. I think the one thing that I think we've got guys who can offensive rebound. I think one of the things that we did last year was get to the foul line a great deal. We shot almost 80% as a team. That helped in terms of our efficiency numbers. Last year's team didn't turn the ball over. We were a 9-10 turnover team in a high possession style of play. I think we're going to turn it over a little bit more than that early. We're still feeling each other out, understanding a new system, but you know, I think we can be a team that's pretty proficient on the offensive end, and you know, we're still every single day working to get better at some things, and we've got to get better at some things. But we're different from the fact that Michael Finke and Laurent Black are two interior guys that maybe we didn't have that much luxury with last year, but those guys are very, very capable of having big nights.
Front row, left-hand side.
Hi, Brad. Dave Jones from PennLive.com. I didn't know this, but Teddy, just read something that Teddy wrote about that you changed your defense in midstream in Oklahoma State last year from pressure to pack line, which is pretty contrasting. What drove you to do that? And
0-6. 0-6.
But that's pretty dramatic for a coach to do that in the middle of the season.
We were 10-2 in the non-league, and we were leading the country in turnovers forced, and we were leading the country in free throw attempts at that time. And the one thing that happened is we got into league play. We got exposed a little bit at the 4 spot. We were in all those games, very, very close games, and yet we had difficulty in the Big 12. You're talking about a league that had Josh Jackson, Deontay Burton, Wesley Iwundu, guys who all played the power forward spot. Those were the guys that hurt us, and so we got off to a tough start, and I felt like a change was needed, and we needed a shot of confidence. We were right there knocking on the door in all those games, and something had to give, and I had to help them. And you know, it's a long night or a couple nights of evaluation, and we just decided that we're going to back it up a step or two and try to lengthen possessions, and yet it didn't hurt our offense, but gave our guys just a little bit of confidence because we did change.
Got time for one more question.
I'll take.
Front row on the aisle.
Hey, Brad. Rob McCauley, Illini Report. Big Ten just announced an in-state rivalry, a protected rivalry for the first time. What do you know about Northwestern's history and what Chris has done for the program?
Well, I think the one thing that excites me is it's Chris is one. He's done an unbelievable job there of establishing an identity, a basketball identity, and the recent success is something that doesn't go unnoticed. I think anytime you have two teams in the same conference in the same state, you should play. That to me is what the fans want. I think it's exciting for college basketball to have those rivalries, to have those games. And, you know, obviously they're in Chicago. We have a tremendous amount of alumni there. We play a game there every year at the United Center. So it's something that excites me, and I think, you know, with going into 20 games every year, which I think is something that's great for basketball. I'm excited about the early December games. I think it's one thing that getting the opportunity to play them twice in both each other's home venues is something that's really special, and I think it'll be great for both sets of fans.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this season.
Thank you.